Hey everybody, konnichiwa, what's up? It's JJ. I hope everybody is safe and sound on what we must be calling the Corona holidays. Kind of a crappy name, but you know, there's plus and minus. So today what I wanted to introduce everybody to was a really funny bit on that one Owarai TV show that I did that I talked about here. I'll link over here, I think. And basically there was this really funny standout comedian. Like, I loved all the comedians, but this comedian just stood out from all of them, and I was laughing hard when I saw it live. So for today's video, I wanted to introduce everybody to a really funny Japanese comedian by the name of Ako Kano, or Kano Eiko. Ako Kano? Kano Eiko. I always get confused which is the first name and the last name, because when I speak English, I gotta rearrange it to the first name and bleh. So besides being a comedian, Kano Eiko is also a singer, writer, and music composer. And he actually does like concerts all over Japan. It's really amazing. Besides his singing comedy, he's also famous for playing a host in some of his stand-up comedy. But anyways, I could talk forever. So let's just watch the video. Let's go.
Kano Eikoの癖がすごいネタは
久々にネタ見るかも。
どうも、狩野英孝です。
嫌なメイク。
十数年前に平井堅君もカバーしていた僕も大好きな曲。大きな古時計。リスン、聞いてください。
人の歌かい。カバー。した時間は笑ったり泣いたりしたこと全部決して忘れない。ないそんな歌詞ないんだよ。でもすごいよな。すごい。
Out of breath.
その
時計。
癖すごいな。
ありがとうございました。
挨拶いろんな人の癖入って。
What, you thought I was lying? I told you it was good, right? So the song Kono sang there was called Furutoke, which means antique clock, and it was written in 2002 by Ken Hirai. But the original song was actually called My Grandfather's Clock and was written in the 1800s by some British guy. But it's kind of interesting, when I went back after watching this video, I learned that the original antique clock, or My Grandfather's Clock, was actually very similar. Like, they copied the song exactly. And not only that, the melody and everything was the same. So it's kind of weird that they called it Antique Clock instead of keeping the original name. What's up with that? But whatever. I love Ken Hirai's version. It was really beautiful, and even Kano's version is awesome. I like Kano's version probably the best. And actually, another cool tidbit was Johnny Cash also covered this song. The man, the legend, Johnny Cash covered this song. So that's kind of how deep the rikishi or history of this song actually goes. Very interesting, right? Quite interesting, right? Indubitably. See, I speak British English as well. So in Japan, with a lot of comedians, there is manzai, there is pingeinin, so there's two-person, one-person comedy, and then I kind of think this genre of comedy is its own comedy, which I call singing comedy. Or song comedy, I don't know. I don't have a definite name for it yet. But you see in Japan there's a lot of comedy, and a lot of the comedy that gets really big is also this singing comedy. But then these singing comedians also get turned into what we call an ippatsu geinin, or a one-hit wonder, if you will. And Japan has many of these one-hit wonder singing comedians, such as Tetsu and Tomo's Nande Daro? Nande Daro, Nande Daro. Or another one of my favorites, Ataremae Taiso Dan Dan by the manzai group Kao Kao.
Atarimae, atarimae, atarimae taiso.
Or Ashimoto ni Otemoto by Mori Seiju.
Ashimoto ni otemoto. Ashimoto ni otemoto.
Or even more recent was the group Doburoku, who won Japanese biggest sketch comedy tournament, King of Konto, with a really funny song. They do what we call in Japan shimo neta, which is like a dirty joke. But they always do it through song, and man, is he a good singer! Oki no ichimotsu o kudasai. Man, I love them. Maybe I'll upload another one of their bits too because they are so funny. So I hope you guys will enjoy their stuff too when I upload it. But it's kind of sad in Japan that when one of these singing comedians actually do one song that goes really big, they become a one-hit wonder and their careers just plummet. And it's really sad to see because similar to Kojima Yoshio, who has Sonna ni kankei ne, that's all they can become. And actually for these guys, maybe they don't care because they get to go around Japan and they get to do their comedy bits for thousands of people at companies or at special events. Although they have to keep doing the same bits, it's a living, right? But it's kind of interesting how Japan looks at and treats these comedy singers and comedy music, because in the West, we kind of do it similar too. So for Japan, there's 3 types of comedians. There's manzai comedians, the dual-person stand-up comedy. There's pingeirins, which is single-person comedy. And then in my opinion, there's the comedy with music. And I believe Japan ranks them in these 3 tiers, which is very similar to the West because I think we have stand-up comedy way up at the top, then we have sketch comedy about here, and then at the bottom we have music comedy as well. But music comedy in the West is kind of intertwined with sketch comedy. So that's why in Saturday Night Live we have a lot of the big hits like Lonely Island or the Blues Brothers, or many comedic funny songs came out of Saturday Night Live. So it's kind of interesting how we view comedy in the world and how we see them on different platforms, or one person being better, being able to do this. And then we got Jim Carrey who did it all. But he's Canadian, what do you expect? Canadians are the best comedians. Just saying. But what did all of you think? I want to hear your opinions as well. So what did Japanese think? What did Westerners think? Do you agree with what I say? Do you disagree with what I say? Do you think I'm crazy? I hope not. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know in the comments what you thought, and see you next time. And honna mata na!
I've been living tired, feeling I'm expired, looking for my great escape.
頑張れ、J。